everyone, and welcome to Herbology 101. I am your teacher Cho, and I will be teaching you plant parenting for beginners. Let's get started. Number one, how do we know when to water our plants? Kailan ba natin dapat diligan ng ating halaman? So take this plant for example. This is a peperomia watermelon, and it's a succulent type of plant. If you look at the soil, I let it dry out completely. And how do I know when to water it? So in the past, I have killed, nakapatay na po ako ng napakaraming succulent and cactus. And how do I know when to water them, especially succulent types of plants like this? So in the case of indoor plants, what you need to learn is that you need to use your fingers. Ayan, fingers. You need to use your index finger in order to tell whether you need to water your plant. So take your index finger and do not forget to let yourself give in. Hayaan nyo po. Hayaan nyo madumihan ang inyong kamay. So take your index finger and poke it into the soil. Gaano po kalalim? As much as you can dab your finger in there. Just poke it in there. And you feel the soil, whether it's moist or dry. In this case, it's very dry, and it tells me that I need to water this plant, most probably. No, kailangan na natin siyang diligan. And if you feel that your soil is very moist or very wet, that's an indication na wag mo munang diligan. Hindi po dinidiligan ng halaman araw-araw. I cannot stress that enough because I have killed a lot of plants in the past because of most of the time, sa sobrang dilig, overwatering. That is the biggest killer of plants. Here's another example. This is a Dieffenbachia. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. So I call this pechay because it looks like a pechay. Ayan po. Look at those beautiful variegation. But enough with admiring the plant. So let's get on to checking the soil. Ayan. You poke your finger in there. Yes. A few inches will suffice. Yes. And assess your finger. See, if it's not dusty, if the soil is sticking into your finger, you feel it moist, you feel it wet, it means you don't need to water it. But you need to remember, this is a pro tip. I have learned this in the past with my experiences and also watching YouTubers or plant tubers in YouTube. Redundant. Okay, so I've learned that plants are different. Plants are very diverse. Iba-iba po sila. Take these two plants. Magkaiba sila. This one is a very common indoor plant, and this needs watering frequently. Mas madalas, more often rather. You need to water this more often than other plants. Excuse me po sa maingay ng motor. Okay, so you need to water this more often than the other plants that you have indoors. And this, it's a type of succulent. May tricycle naman po. Ayan. Ito naman po ay mas dalasan nyo lang or wag masyado. Wag po lagi. Kasi po, yun nga po ang number one killer. So, I have killed a lot of plants. Paulit-ulit po. Marami na po akong napatay for overwatering. So, that is my pro tip for you. Always use your index finger. Inyong hintuturo. It will save you plants. It will give you life. It would save you more and more money. And sooner or later, mapupuno po ang bahay nyo and you're an earth goddess already na. Okay, so moving on. Lesson number 2. Do not put a plant at the corner of your home. So there are plants that will survive just like this one. It's a snake plant, espada. It can survive at a low light situation inside your home or indoors, but do not expect it to thrive. Hindi po magiging lush ang inyong halaman. Hindi po siya magkakaroon ng maraming babies if you're just gonna stick it in the corner for aesthetic purposes. So what you need to do is, well, you can do that. Pwede kayo maglagay on a corner or at a corner of your home. But every now and then, dapat po, you give it enough sunlight for it to grow wild and have a life and to encourage more new growth. Okay, so that is my lesson 2. Lesson number 3. Plant diversity. So every plant is different. comes to sunlight, watering, iba-iba po. So, here's an example. Basic example. Lahat po ng halaman ay iba-iba. Just like the ones I've mentioned before. The peperomia and my pechay. Yan. So, iba-iba po sila ng situation that they want to be in. I say want because, well, ang mga halaman po, minsan, well, madalas, nagtatampo rin. If you've been a plant parent for a lot of years or for a long time, malalaman nyo, it's experiential learning. You'll learn that plants are different. Every plant is different. Parang in teaching, every child is different. Hindi lahat ng bata pare-pareho ng ugali, pare-pareho ng talent, pare-pareho nag-shine. Some, they just, well, they're stagnant. So, lahat po, iba-iba. In the cases of plant, ganun din. So, here's an example. This is my tricycle. So, here's my beautiful syngonium. It's very lush and very big. This is, well, sobrang daling niya pong alagaan. It's very easy to take care of. It likes sunlight a lot. I put it in the, or by the window of my east-facing window. My east-facing window. It loves the sun, morning sun, and it loves water. Yeah, I water it very often. Once I feel and see that it's dry, I water it. Yeah, mahilig siya sa water and sunlight. Yeah. And here's another example. Here, this is my beautiful triangularis. Yan. Kinalbo ko siya so it only have 1, 2, 3, 4 babies, but a lot of new growth under there. This is an example of a plant that does not like too much sunlight. If you notice, ayan, it has a scorch mark. Yun, scorch mark. Nasusunog po yung leaves niya if it gets too much sun. And you will notice it is also leggy or mahaba leggy because it's reaching for the sun. It's kind of ironic sometimes if it gets too much sun, ayan, masusunog siya. But if it gets a little bit of low light situation, hahaba naman siya. So it's kind of a very tricky plant, but you'll get to know eventually as the time pass. Mafe-feel nyo naman, experiential learning nga, how you're gonna take care of a plant. So yun po, that is my lesson 3. Every plant is different, it's diverse. Lesson number 4, proper drainage hole. Bakit ba kailangan ng drainage hole ang ating mga plants or ating mga planters? Okay, so our planters, for example here, I very much love ceramics. Yan, mahilig po ako sa ceramics. Tricycle. Ayan. Mahilig po ako sa ceramics. The trick here is that you always need to make sure that all your planters have drainage hole. So maybe in the future I could make a tutorial on how to put a drainage hole on ceramics. But for now, for this lesson, that's the gist or that's the idea. Dapat po, ang inyong mga planters ay merong drainage hole. Why? For the reason of root rot. Ano po ang root rot? From the word root and rot. Ugat at bulok. Nabubulok po ang ugat kapag tayo ay frequently watering. Yun po. If your plant ay here, pag ang inyong pong plant ay nababad sa water, sa tubig, ang ugat po ay nabubulok. So, the misconception of Filipinos is that plants ay nalulunod. Hindi po nalulunod. Your plants would not drown in water. That's not the cause of death. The cause of death is root rot. Nabubulok po yung roots. That's why you're not giving it a chance to survive. So, dapat po merong drainage hole. There. That's the key. That's the secret. Dapat po nagdi-drain better or well, perfectly ang inyong water when you're watering your plants. So that is my lesson 4. Lesson number 5. So, Marie Kondo. Magma-Marie Kondo po tayo sa ating mga halaman. Opo. If you don't know who Marie Kondo is, she's a Japanese lady consultant. She basically teaches people to get rid of things that doesn't spark joy. So, yun daw po. Dapat po minimalist, linisin natin ang ating mga gamit, you organize things, remove the things that doesn't spark joy to remove the clutter. Yun po. So, what we need to do we can also apply it on our plants. So I call it Marie Kondo. Kasi nga po, here, you get rid of the things or you get rid of the leaves that doesn't spark joy. Here's an example. This is my caladium white. Yeah, I have two. Ito, dalawa po. Okay, so this is my caladium white, and if I assess the leaves, titingnan po natin yung mga leaves. Yan, they're perfectly healthy and perky, except for this one. It has a scorch mark and it's yellowing. I'm pretty sure I'm already gonna lose this leaf. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna Marie Kondo this thing. Opo. So I will cut it. It doesn't spark joy. Hindi po akong natutuwa kapag nakikita ko tong sira, damaged, or dry na leaf. So we just, well, get rid of it. And the perk of Marie Kondoing your plants, I call it Marie Kondoing, that's weird, is that when you remove a leaf, you are encouraging a new growth. Opo, lagi ko po sinasabi sa mga friends ko na nagtatanong kung tatanggalin na ba nila to, sira to, butas to, may kagat ng insekto, etc., etc. Yes, you remove that for it to encourage, for you to encourage it to have a new growth. Kasi po, instead of the plant giving the energy to that dying leaf, at least it can give the energy to a new growth, di ba? Bibigay siya ng energy sa bagong labas na leaf instead of keeping that one ugly leaf alive. So that is my last lesson for you today. And I hope you learn a lot in this video. I only kept it to 5 lessons because it's going to be a long ass video. And well, thank you so much for watching and stay tuned for my next video. Once again, this is Professor Cho of Herbology 101. Thank you.